I don't know anything about digital art. I've always been a traditional artist, so all of my materials are tangible. And honestly, the thought of creating digital art kind of freaks me out. Like many people, if I'm not instantly good at something, I think I will never be good at it. And that's not really the message I want to share with others or with myself. So what better way to learn something new than to document my progress on the internet, and maybe we can figure it out together. I have been obsessed with this piece since I drew her last year, and I thought she'd make an excellent sticker design. Of course, being a traditional artist, in order to do that, I gotta figure out the whole digital process thing. About the only thing I remember about digital art is the importance of working in layers. I don't know if there's a such thing as too many layers, outside of the program limitations, but it is pretty nice to be able to work on different parts of your drawing without worrying about messing up the rest. Being able to zoom in, also incredibly helpful for getting precise lines. Being able to flip the canvas was also super cool. I was having a really hard time getting her eye placement correct, so just being able to mirror the image was extremely helpful. I don't know if I quite got there, but it's good enough for a first attempt. Does everyone still have the habit of brushing away those imaginary eraser shavings? Going in, I knew I wanted this piece to be black, gray, and lime green. So I tossed a little color palette into the corner to make switching colors easier. This way I didn't have to go back into the swatch guide. The next thing I really want to work on is rendering hair. I'm not really thrilled with my style traditionally or digitally. I don't feel like I found my vibe yet. And hair is one of my favorite things to draw, so I want to work on figuring out my preference for stylizing it. The only weird thing I ran into were some issues with color layering. I tried to go over the highlights in her hair with black. Yes, on the right layer, I checked. But it ended up being brown or green, which was really weird. It seems like switching the brushes fixed the issue, but that was the first time I've ever run into something weird like that. I know I said I've never used Procreate before, but I guess I'm technically lying. I have dabbled with it a little bit. I made some of my first YouTube thumbnails in Procreate, and I've used it primarily for fixing up sketchbook pages to post to my website. The first piece I tried to create was back in September of 2020, and he's a little vampire guy holding an ice cream cone. Let's just say I did a really bad job because I had no idea what I was doing, and I definitely didn't use any layers. I also maybe lied a little bit more because I definitely absolutely may or may not have purchased a couple of brush sets to play around with. I don't really know what it is I'm looking for in a brush, and sure, I could go on Skillshare or look here on YouTube and find some tutorials and figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing, but where's the fun in that? Truthfully, I don't think she came out half bad for my first attempt at actually doing a full color illustration digitally. There's definitely a whole ton that I have left to learn, but for a first attempt, I'm pretty proud of myself. If you have any tips, please share them in the comments below. Like if you liked the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.